This has been an incredible and an eventful last couple of days. I've been spending, well, last night and the night before last, I stayed in Rachel, Nevada, which is really in the heart of the Extraterrestrial Highway, and it's a small little town. There's 53 people that live in the whole valley that Rachel's in, and that includes the ranchers. You know, there's more cattle than there are people. But I was met with such warmness and love by the folks at the little Ailey Inn that I just had to stay there another night. And they offered to, yesterday, Pat, the owner, one of the owners, she offered to allow me to use their vehicle, and they'd take me up and give me a ride up here to Warm Springs, which is where I'm standing right now. Warm Springs is just absolutely incredible. It's a natural spring that comes up out of the desert it's heated by volcanic activity down at the Earth's core, and it's a great place for you to come and relax out here in the middle of nowhere. And I have another 55 miles to go to get to Tonopah tonight, and it's right around noontime, so I've got to kick it in high gear and book all the way to Tonopah as fast as possible so that I can find some camping or lodging there this evening. While I was in Rachel, I also got to meet this guy by the name of Bill. He goes by Cowboy Bill, and he took me up. He likes to do rock hounding. He's in a group of rock hounds, and he was here for the weekend to meet with them this weekend. But he took me up to an old mine, and I took the cameras with me and recorded a 40-minute video, or put together a 40-minute video for you that includes more than just rock hounding. It includes more than just learning to know what the minerals are and where to find them, but also his mentality about what's going on in North America with our country and how we might solve it. But again, it's from a 79-year-old right-wing cowboy perspective, and I love it because that's what this project is about. It's to share all perspectives from all individuals, all backgrounds, and to collaborate together so that we can have a sustainable future. And that's what I've been working on with this project. So yesterday I did that, and I got to meet some really interesting people while I was in Rachel, and it's time to get going and move on to Tonopah. So Pat, the owner of the little Ailey Inn, her grandson, her and her daughter own it, and her grandson works there, and they all really work there, the whole family. But he brought me up to Warm Springs today and dropped me off, and I wanted to take you on a little tour of that. I hope you enjoy it.
And last time I looked in the window, the pool table was still in it. And that fenced in area with the 3 trees, that's your spring.
That's like the pool area?
Yep. And that's white stuff is all sulfate.
This is really incredible. Right here is the beginning of Warm Springs, and down there is where the pool was at. You see the little building there? It's where the pool is. Available for anybody that wants it. Let's walk down in there and see what we can see. Look at all the air. All the air bubbles. That is impressive. We're down in a little hole here. I'm gonna walk on back here. Hopefully I don't disappear into the water. Fall into a hole in the ground. Looks like there's been other wildlife here before me. That is beautiful. Kind of want to touch it and see. There's steam coming off of it, and it's in the middle. I mean, it's not winter time. It's summer. It's still summer, fall. It's hot. The sun's overhead. And I'm going to touch it. Ouch. Boy, that's hot. That is really hot. Wow. This is impressive. It's beautiful. There's no way you could even get in it right there. It's too hot. Boy, it stinks. Woo! Definitely sulfur. Well, a little over 4 miles into the trek, I'm over summit number 1. This is Warm Springs Summit, and we're headed this way towards Tonopah. I wanted to take a minute to just stop and share with you what I see, some of the things that I've noticed. I've been riding for 10 miles since that last peak. Over there, 10 miles I've been going straight, and I'm now at the bottom section of the valley. Well, really not even quite there. See how that camper's coming through? And there's a ranch. I think there's about 2 ranches in this valley, one over there and one back here over my shoulder. And you can tell as you look out across this valley that there's a couple of hay operations, probably owned and operated by one of the 2 ranches that are in the valley. If not, there might just be one ranch, and these are storage facilities. If you look out across the valley, wherever there's trees, you'll notice that there's irrigation, whether that's natural or done by man. It's being irrigated. And as you look out here over the hills, let's take a look at these. You see these hills in the distance? These hills are volcanic domes that have bubbled up from under the surface through one of the many fissures and cracks that's in the surface here throughout Nevada. There's multiple microfaults, and these are, most of them all are volcanic rock and volcanic lava that's bubbled up and basically sealed itself off over the years. Then you look back over this way where the peaks are more jagged and less rounded, and that's your mineral rock. This is going to be your rock that's laden with minerals, and that's why you see sometimes, and even here you can see white down in that volcanic rock. That's a sulfur mix, and then over here you've got your minerals that are your stones. So it's quite interesting, as I've been riding this way, how you can see so much in the desert. If you look here, the mountain range off in the distance over there, I can't tell you the exact distance, but I want to suggest that it's around 50 miles. And back this way to the other end of the valley, this mountain range off in there, that is approximately 30 miles. So if you think about this, we're standing in the middle of this massive dry lake bed, and you can see for miles. You can see for 60 miles in one direction, 30 to 50 miles in the other direction, and it's just vast. And I wanted to share with you what I'm feeling. I feel right now it's the end of September, the beginning of October. You feel heat and wind. I'm feeling wind at my face, which is a tailwind, and it'll help me get uphill, but it doesn't feel like desert to me. Something just feels fresh and clean and energetic, but yet it's dreary and dry in the sense that it's not green like I'm used to back in the Midwest. But I thought I'd share it with you and just stop for a minute and let you soak it in. Boy, I don't know what they were telling me about it being downhill to Tonopah. Wow. Maybe downhill the opposite direction? I don't know. But I'm almost to the second summit from Warm Springs, and I'm just now riding up to it right now. And then from there, downhill probably for another 15 miles. And then 10 to 15 miles back up again. Third summit of the day, 20 more miles to Tonopah. We're at 6,391 feet. This is a really interesting view. If you look out across there, you can see the valley that we just climbed out of. It's the same valley that wraps around the backside of those mountains right there. It just goes to show the vastness of this country. Area 51 in the military site, it's all way back over there, maybe 100 miles. But you look around here, and some of this area is designated for a test site. Quite interesting, huh? Really enjoy looking at the mountains. I've just been enjoying it all day. You know, you can't get enough of it. But I'm getting hungry, and my phone holder just broke, so now I can't clip my phone to my handlebars anymore. So now you're clipped down there on the fender, or on the rack.
Resuming.
And I gotta keep going. So I wanted to talk to you for a bit while I keep moving. The only thing I've had to eat today while I've been out is a Babe Ruth and another candy bar. This is the 4th summit that I've climbed over today. I just got up that hill behind me, and it looks bright because of the sun, but it is dark, and I am just now getting into town, and I don't know where I'm gonna stay, so I'm gonna take you with me as I figure that out. We'll see. It probably won't be too hard. I'm not worried about it, but what this does look like to me is it looks like a little mining and ranching town. There's a lot of mining and equipment over here on the hillside. There's lights strewn throughout the hillside over there. I'm gonna see if I can't find somewhere to stay. And it'd be nice to find some food, because I'm hungry and they can't be charging very much because I'm out of money. So I'm back here behind the casino. There's the bike over there. This is pretty rugged, but there's places for RVs to park. They call it the RV park. Not really much. But right over here, behind the dumpster, there's a table, a couple of chairs, and a fence to hang the hammock on. That's what I'm gonna do. And that's where I'm going to hang out. I asked the guy in the camper if I could use that little spot. He said that was fine. The lady at the front desk said it was okay to put a hammock up out here. So I'm gonna hammock it up and get ready for a cold night, but go in and, I don't know, run around town and see if I can't find something to eat, I guess. Today it's Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Here you can see my setup. I couldn't show it to you very well last night. But what I'm getting ready to do is take these rocks and go and mail them off to my kids. And then I also have, I think this is going to be the rock that I give away in the raffle. And I'm going to set it up. There's quite a few gems in here. I think there's some pretty decent quartz crystals as well. And I'm not saying that you're going to think that you'll take it apart and get any value out of it. I'm pretty certain that that's not the case. But I think the nostalgia of it is you can watch a video of where this came from and the whole story behind these rocks. I can't even mail anything at the post office right now because they don't have the right supplies out there, and they're not even open until 2 o'clock. Have you ever heard of the likes? 2 o'clock on a Saturday, or I'm sorry, noon on a Saturday, and they're only open from noon to 2? That doesn't make any sense to me. Normally they're open until noon, right? Anyway, rant over. Now I noticed there's a Napa down the road here. I'm gonna run up down the road to Napa and see if I can't find something to hold this cell phone on my bike with.